All right, so are you ready to go deep on this one?
Oh, absolutely. I've been looking forward to this chapter all week.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 11, the ultimatum. It's a big one.
Hmm.
It really kicks things up a notch for Vaylin Court, doesn't it?
No kidding. Vaylin's really in the thick of it now, facing
Oh,
down.
the uninitiated alliance, right?
Yes, exactly. And those Thunderdogs are nothing to mess with.
For sure. So before we get too far into it, for anyone tuning in for the first time, maybe they've just started the book.
Right.
Let's just do a quick recap. Who is this Vaylin Court, and why should we care about his ultimatums, right?
Sure thing. Vaylin, he's a capsuleer, which basically means he's an elite spaceship pilot. He can control these incredibly powerful ships that most people can only dream of.
Yeah, they're like the ultimate solo pilots, right? One person can operate this whole advanced warship.
Yeah, exactly. Think of them as like the top guns of New Eden.
And Vaylin, he's not just any capsuleer, is he? He's got a knack for uncovering secrets.
Oh, yeah. He's always poking around in those forgotten corners of space, places where others fear to tread. And that's how he stumbles upon all these clues about the Jovians.
Ah, the Jovians. We got to talk about them. They're like the big enigma in this whole universe, right? Super advanced civilization gone missing.
Vanished without a trace. It's like they just blinked out of existence, left behind these amazing artifacts, though, crazy powerful technology that makes even capsuleer tech look like, I don't know, children's toys.
Yeah, it's wild. And it's that Jovian tech that really gets Vaylin in hot water in this chapter, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he stumbles onto some pretty big secrets, stuff the uninitiated alliance wants to keep buried. And that's where Dark Bliss comes in.
Ooh, Dark Bliss. The name says it all, doesn't it?
Right. Not a guy you want to cross. He's the leader of the uninitiated alliance, and he doesn't like it when people mess around in his backyard.
Especially when they're digging up secrets about the Jovians.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically gives Vaylin this stark choice, right? Share what you know or face the consequences.
And those consequences, well, they come in the form of the Thunderdogs, the alliance's elite enforcers. Bad news for Vaylin.
It's a classic setup, isn't it? The lone hero against a powerful, shadowy organization. That kind of David versus Goliath vibe.
Oh, totally. You see it all the time in these kinds of stories, and it always resonates, There's something about an underdog facing impossible odds that just grabs you. Like the Rebel Alliance taking on the whole galactic empire.
It taps into something deep, right?
Right.
That desire to see the little guy win, to see justice prevail.
Exactly. And in this case, you're rooting for Vaylin to not only survive, but to uncover the truth, to figure out what happened to the Jovians and maybe even, find a way to use their technology for good.
Because let's be honest, in the wrong hands, that Jovian tech could be devastating.
Oh yeah, no question. It could reshape the entire balance of power in New Eden, maybe even destroy whole worlds. So the stakes are pretty high.
Okay, so Vaylin's got this ultimatum hanging over him. What does he do? Cave in and hand over his research.
Nah, not Vaylin. He's not the type to back down from a challenge. Instead, he decides to dig even deeper, to find out even more about the Jovians, and maybe, just maybe, find a way to outmaneuver Dark Bliss and the Thunderdogs.
And that's where things get really interesting. He finds this ancient, derelict spaceship, right? Hidden away in some forgotten system.
Totally abandoned, covered in these weird markings and symbols that nobody can decipher. It's unlike any ship anyone has ever seen before. And the technology, it's just off the charts, even more advanced than anything the Jovians were known for.
Makes you wonder, where did it come from? Who built it?
Yeah, it's a huge mystery. The author does a great job describing it. The way the ship is laid out, the strange energy readings it's giving off, you get this real sense of, awe and wonder, but also a little bit of creepiness. Like, this ship is hiding some serious secrets.
I mean, could it be a Jovian ship? Maybe something even older.
Maybe. Or what if it's something completely different, something we haven't even considered yet? What if it's a ship from Earth, from humanity's distant past?
Whoa, now that's a thought. We know humans came from Earth originally, right? Before colonizing New Eden.
Right. But the records from that time are pretty spotty. We don't know much about those early colony ships or the technology they had.
So this derelict ship, it could be a missing link, a piece of our own lost history.
Exactly. And if that's the case, it could rewrite everything we think we know about humanity's origins, about our place in the universe. Imagine the implications.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it? To think that Vaylin might have stumbled upon the key to unlocking the secrets of not just the Jovians, but also our own past.
It's like finding a Rosetta Stone for human history, and to think it's all happening right under the noses of the uninitiated alliance.
Yeah, speaking of which, those Thunderdogs, they're not just going to sit around and wait, are they?
Nope, they're on the hunt. They've picked up Vaylin's trail and they're closing in. Fast.
So he's got this incredible discovery on his hands, this potential game changer. But he's also got these elite assassins on his tail.
Talk about pressure. And the tension really ramps up in this part of the chapter. You're reading it and you're like, come on, Vaylin, you gotta get out of this.
So what does he do? Does he try to fight the Mav?
He thinks about it, but he knows the odds are stacked against him. The Thunderdogs, they're too good, they're relentless, so he has to think fast.
And he does, doesn't he? He manages to dock with that derelict ship just in the nick of time. And then, bam, he activates the cloaking device.
Vanishes right before their eyes. It's a brilliant move. You can almost picture the Thunderdogs' faces, all confused and frustrated.
I love that little detail the author throws in. Vaylin, right before he disappears, he sends out a message. Hasta la vista, baby. Classic.
Yeah, it's a great touch. Shows that even under pressure, Vaylin's got this sense of humor, this swagger. It's like he's saying, you might have won this round, but I'm not done yet.
It's that defiance that makes him such a compelling character, right?
Yeah.
He's not just running away. He's playing the long game.
Exactly. And now he's got this incredible advantage. He's hidden away on this ancient ship that could hold the keys to everything. To understanding the Jovians, to figuring out Earth's past, to maybe even finding a way to fight back against the uninitiated alliance.
It's like he stepped into a whole new level of the game, one with even higher stakes and even bigger mysteries.
And that's where the chapter leaves us, on a cliffhanger. Vaylin, hidden away but safe, for now at least, and with this incredible potential at his fingertips. It's like the author is saying, okay, now things are about to get really interesting.
So that's it for our deep dive on Chapter 11, The Ultimatum. What a ride. But this is just the beginning. Vaylin's journey is far from over, and I have a feeling things are going to get even crazier from here on out.
Oh, absolutely. Just wait till we get to Chapter 12. Things go completely sideways. You won't believe what Vaylin finds next.
You'll just have to wait for our next deep dive to find out. But in the meantime, I got to ask you, what would you do if you were Vaylin? Would you try to crack the codes on this ancient ship? Search for clues to Earth's past, or find a way to strike back at Dark Bliss? Let us know your thoughts.
And what do you think this means for the Jovians? Are they still out there somewhere, or are they gone for good?
So many questions, so much to explore. But until next time, happy reading.
Stay curious out there.
And keep exploring.